brutal, without mercy. But you will be worse. Rip and tear, until it is done.
We have to contain this.
Cannot determine the cause of the demonic invasion until the Rezop satellite is brought back online.
Welcome. I'm Dr. Samuel Hayden. I'm the head of this facility. I think we can work together and resolve this problem in a way that benefits us both.
Demonic presence at unsafe levels. Lockdown in effect. Demonic presence at unsafe levels. Lockdown in effect. Demonic presence at unsafe levels. Lockdown in effect. presence at unsafe levels. Lockdown in effect. Demonic presence eliminated. Lockdown disengaged.
He cannot be allowed to leave this place. He would ruin everything.
I'm willing to take full responsibility for the horrible events of the last 24 hours, but you must understand. Our interest in their world was purely for the betterment of mankind. Everything has clearly gotten out of hand now, yes. But it was worth the risk, I assure you.
Oh yeah. Big time. Welcome to Doom, Devatron. Big intro. I mean, seriously, that may be the baddest ass intro ever. I mean, the guitars. I mean, this is Doom, Devatron. Here we go. Welcome to Doom. All right, some kick-ass action to start us off. There is still one running around, but there's not much room to fit in everything I need to say in this episode, so I'm going to start talking now. Here's the last one coming up. And these little guys are called imps. There were several codex entries that popped up thus far, but I made the decision not to talk in the opening area. I wanted you just to lead up to the big Doom, you know, exploding guitars intro before I said anything. So here we are. You saw we were denied access. We needed a blue key card, so we just had to go around the corner and find it. And then as we're heading back, we found a secret, and check this out. Our first little Doom guy, little collectible toy. And I gotta say, I don't understand it, but it never gets old picking those little guys up. I love finding them. We also just got our first grenade. It's a frag grenade, so let's try it out. Boom, took 3 of those guys out. So yeah, I mentioned the imps. They're the little screechy, reddish demons that throw fire at you. These guys that just sort of slumber around, they're called possessed. And they're kind of more like zombies, right? They were humans to begin with, and they've become possessed by, you know, demonic powers and presences. And then the other guys we were fighting in that first fight where we dropped down into the canyon here that had the gun, they were kind of firing the plasma shots at us. Those guys are called possessed soldiers. So just want to keep you, you know, up to date on the bestiary. Now that little guy, as you can see, the note says automap downloaded. It's an automap console, and it will completely reveal the whole map to you once you find it. And then this is our first elite guard. The elite guards are from whom you get the Praetor tokens, which are used to upgrade your Praetor suit. I go with hazard protection and the environmental resistance line. It'll reduce damage from explosive barrels and other environmental damage sources like acid pools, stuff like that, fire. And just over here is our first field drone, combat support drone. These little guys add modifications to your weapons. And I went with explosive shot for our combat shotgun. And you'll notice when you hold the right button down, some orange semicircles right there, the top and bottom show up, and then you see the red circle kind of dialing counterclockwise. See it there? That means it's cooling down. And when it's, you know, like that, when you have the 2 orange semicircles at the top and bottom, that means it's ready to go. So pretty badass, and it does a little bit of area effect damage. So it's a desperately needed upgrade to our very limited arsenal of weapons at this early stage. And there we got our first secret lever. There is one of those every map, and let's see what it revealed. Okay, and here's our first weapon upgrade point. And since we just have the one weapon with a modification, that's obviously what we'll upgrade. Now, the one I chose was Speedy Recovery. So notice after I fire the explosive shot, how much quicker the little red cooldown line is moving counterclockwise around the targeting reticule. So you can see that immediately. And that's a good choice for the first one, because explosive shot in this early stage is so helpful. All of a sudden you can one-shot an imp or even a possessed soldier, although I didn't there. But if you hit them right, you can do a little area damage. So it's just a kind of a game-changing attack at this early stage. So to have it more often, you know, with less cooldown is super helpful. As for our Doom classic map tidbit there, it was from Doom 2 actually. It was called the Entryway. And all of these are from either Doom or Doom 2, although I think there are only 2 from Doom 2. 2 or 3. And I played Doom and Doom 2 way back in the day, but I really don't remember them that much. I didn't have my own computer. I would just play them off and on when I was visiting my brother at his house. But I am going to try to mention, you know, the little thing pops up and you can read it, but I'm going to try to mention each map and what it's from. Alright, so let's try out our explosive shot with speed of recovery and our grenade. Here we go. So very, very helpful. I can keep my distance more because I'm not relying on just the shotgun damage. You know, I don't have to get right up in something's face, which is very difficult to do. And the grenade gives me some area damage from range, as does the explosive shot. So super helpful stuff. And you can see already how much easier it is compared to when we first woke up, with the first fight in the building, and then that first fight when we dropped down in the canyon. So story-wise, we really don't know much, right? We woke up, immediately attacked by demons. We found this suit of armor called the Praetor suit. And right then, there's an immediate codex entry that unlocks. Here's our second Doom Guy collectible, which is always fun. So yeah, if you read through that codex, it mentions an expedition to the Cadinger Sanctum. You don't know anything about that. It said that there was this sarcophagus recovered from that expedition, and they're referring to a human inside called the Doom Marine, which is presumably us because we woke up in that sarcophagus. And it also mentions the Praetor suit, the armor that was found next to the sarcophagus. So presumably, we've learned that we're the Doom Marine, and this is our suit of armor. We've been contacted by a Samuel Hayden, who's the director of the UAC facility on Mars, UAC being the Union Aerospace Corporation. We've learned from other codex entries that we are in fact on Mars at the UAC headquarters. And there seems to be some mysterious woman we don't know anything about, only gleaned from holographic forensic reports. She does seem to be antagonistic to the Doom Marine, though. This must be contained, and there's no way he can leave here. He'll ruin everything. So this is about all we know. As far as the UAC, the codex entries tell us that what they're doing here on Mars is mining a resource called Argent Energy and using it to help solve an energy crisis back on Earth. All right, a nice explosive shot coupled with an explosive barrel. Take that last guy out, and that'll do it for our first mission. This was extremely difficult. I was not ready for Nightmare. To this day, I'm still not very good at it, but certainly when I was first attempting it, I was very poor and kind of sloppy, a little bit nervous, trying to get through it, etc., etc.
Welcome to the UAC. Now 221 accident-free days.
But this is good, you know? Get to see the gritty, humble beginnings of our destined Doom Marine. Rip and tear, Devitron. We got all the secrets, the elite guard, the field drone, perfect scorecard for our first mission. Welcome to Doom.